YouTube? Tis I, Shaggy, Philolitea, world-class dumbass. I could have already been on here and doing this thing, but my dumbass has lost the USB attachment for my microphones. I don't know where the hell it's gone. I have both of my microphones. I don't know where it is. I didn't see it as I was packing up, and I was pretty certain. Pretty certain isn't certain enough, but pretty certain I put it in a little pouch with the microphones. But guess what I did not do? Put it in that pouch with those microphones. But that's okay. It's not okay. That's 25 of my dollars that's disappeared. Um, but it's okay. Why is it okay? Because I'm getting, now that I have the microphones, I've gotten better at not needing them. So we'll make it work. I'm sure that the fob will show up tomorrow, that when I walk into Panera, the person at the register will be asking me, hey, did you lose this? And I'll be going, yes, I did. Thank you. And then they'll give it back to me. And they'll think, oh, you're such a dumb stoner. And I'll say, yeah, somehow I didn't lose my weed or my nicotine. So, did I not get all three of them? Oh, I forgot. They don't make a portal or anything. They just tell me to go back and to the beginning of the game. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that we've bought all of the highest level spells, which I don't think I've done. So we're going to go... I don't remember exactly where they are. So we're going to go looking for high level spells. And we're going to go beat the game. Wait, why are we holding a level 7 spell slot empty? Okay. That transpired more quickly than I thought it would. And then let's go this way about it, though, because the other way is slower. It's too bad that I can't just land here by this town now that I've beaten the game. It's all good, it's all good. Later Final Fantasies will give you colored chocobos that can land in the woods and stuff like that. So you can pick your vehicle for where you're headed. Doesn't matter. We're going to whoop this, and then we're going to hit the N, and then we're going to go beat the game. And I am experimenting with my recording. Large animal walking in the woods nearby. Hoping that's a deer, not a human. Yesterday it was a rabbit. It wasn't even that large. It was just not quiet about where it was going. I'm experimenting tonight with not grabbing my screen, but instead grabbing just one app. So hopefully right now you're just seeing my characters sitting still. Now they're moving. But hopefully you are just seeing the screen not moving as I minimize that. And I don't know how you could indicate to me whether that's working properly. Hello there, I see you. Thank you for being here. But if that is working properly, then I can turn off my do not disturb, and my Patreon subscribers, for example, can text me while I'm screencasting, and they won't be on camera, for example. It worked in the little test that I did, but the little test I did was only 15 seconds. Excuse me. Only 15 seconds. Ah, that hurt. Do I have, what's my item situation look like? Not good. Um, one of these towns doesn't have an item store, and it's going to be the one that I'm going to. Because why wouldn't it be when I'm going to? But we need to restock on items. And also, this is the one with the... Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I thought for sure I would have lost one of my mics before I would have lost the little insert fob. And it's entirely possible that I left it on the table when I gathered up my stuff. It's entirely possible that when I thought that I tossed it in my pocket, that I dropped it directly on the ground. It's just a little 1-inch attachment that has a little USB C dongle on it. It was, if there was something that I was going to lose, it was definitely going to be that. So I did. And we'll just hope for the best. Because that's what people keep telling me. Optimism. Hope for the best outcomes. But yeah, I might take intermittent breaks as we're going, because I had a couple of conversations that were going in my correspondences before I started with people who are going to be going to bed. Now they know I'm streaming live, but you know, I'm that kind of person. I like to actually tell people good night, not, hey, sorry, I was streaming, when they wake up. Now, here's the thing. We've already won, right? We've won. Do we want to win at the lowest possible level, or do we want to go ahead and turn up our XP gain to ×4 now that we're in here and see if we can get as high, see if we can get as high a level as possible. And then I get in my tent and I immediately start yawning. I'm assuming it's an anxiety thing. It's about thinking about multiple things at once and just trying to remain calm. It's about asking for sympathy from the audience in some way. It's probably also that I've been smoking. Hey, thanks for that like. I was actually gonna say, if the next time I looked, I was gonna go ahead and, damn it, minimize the game and ask you to hit that like button if you couldn't see it, and see if we do a little bit of a distracto stream. I don't know why, Mr. S, you're on the screen with me, buddy. I guess you're not just here in spirit. You're all over my screen. Actually, if you're here with me, if that like was you, if you're here with me, and you were unable to see me drag you down off the screen because it's only grabbing my phone, or it's only grabbing Final Fantasy and the YouTube interface, uh, text me. Just text me anything if you weren't able to see what I dragged off there, if you weren't able to see your pop-up drag off the screen. And then it'll pop up on my screen, and I'll know that YouTube is working the way it advertises. And if that's not you here, we move on with our lives. Oh, wait a minute. What are we doing? Where are we? How did we get in here? Oh, I see. The dungeon is dynamic. I see. Okay. So you weren't able to see that I just or I checked that you texted me that it didn't work, and so it should be working. Cool. Thank you for the help, bud. I appreciate that in a big way. And I need to... That right there, y'all, that's some producer shit. Give Mr. S a round of applause. He's a huge help. What am I doing? I'm looking for... I don't... Oh, there it is. The healing helm. Mr. S is why this show is able to go on the air. Oops. Yeah, you can use your own spells. What the hey? Cool. I'm not anxious to minimize right now. I just, you know, I don't like being rude. It's like leaving people on red. I don't like leaving people on red. Even if I genuinely don't know what I want to say or what an appropriate response would be. Sometimes just saying I don't actually know what an appropriate response to that would be. I don't know what an adult would say to that. So I'm saying this. We're just like having fun at this stuff's expense now using the item command because I didn't think you could. We're just like kind of having... I said that already, but we're kind of having fun at this game's expense now. Dragging these fights out a little bit more than is necessary. Because that's more fun than holding down auto attack, you know what I'm saying? It's just more fun. Don't I have a thing in here that casts the, yeah, the light axe. And the light axe. And let him have it, buddy. Mr. S, you just cast all of your low-level fire spells. Let him have it. For next to no damage. It's cute. Why'd you do that? End them! This is so much fun. It really is. I hope, genuinely in my heart of hearts, because I don't like feeling like I might be a selfish person, I genuinely hope, that this is as much fun for you as it is for me. Because this, to me, this is a fucking blast. Oof. How much? Not enough. Bye! Before you can become a problem. Like, I don't need to cast this Giant's Club Saver on him. They can't take anything I've got. We've already won. There's nothing they can do against this party. Whoops. But just using attack every turn isn't as fun. It's like seeing just how much damage. You know what? I've decided. I asked. I can't see your opinions. So we go forth like maniacs. Because we've already won. The boss might give us some trouble. But otherwise, nothing can stop us. I don't even know what level we are. We're like level 39 or no, 44. Yeah. I could turn off the XP gain, really. Maybe our next run, when we've won like this, we just turn off the XP gain and see, how much more difficult the boss is than the stuff leading up to him. But like, this is genuinely fun to me. It can't do anything. They literally die so fast I can't even heal in the fight. That's the only way they're able to even wear me down a little bit. Ah, what Mr. S just said to me was very funny. I don't know that I get it, but it was very funny. I don't know if he wants me to read it on air. That was funny. Dave from accounting. He's funnier than I am. He's naturally funnier than I am. I'm really looking forward to when he gets his stuff into production and onto YouTube. Because I need a new favorite YouTuber. Like, you guys don't understand that. You you literally cannot appreciate how many times I've watched every single Neebs Gaming YouTube video. The 7 Days to Die Alpha 16, the first season, I have watched at least 100 times. Every single episode, at least 100 times. Because there were days during my depression with my most recent ex over the course of the last 4 years, where Alpha 16 is my favorite, but Neebs is my favorite thing. It's the thing that I like the most. And so it's my favorite background noise. It's just my favorite set and setting tool. And I would put on Alpha 16 and watch it back to back to back, maybe 3 times, because you can watch it. It's like maybe 12 hours, so I could watch it in a day. And when I was having my insomnia, I'd just watch it until I was tired of watching it or noticed that I'd watched it maybe a bunch of times in a row. It's like, okay, this is day 5 of watching it over and over and over and over and over again. And so then you go to Alpha 17, or maybe I go to Arc, right, or something like that. And so lately, what I've been watching to stave off the boredom, stave off the silence, stave off my phone's not ringing because I don't have, I don't have any other correspondences blowing up my phone right now. I don't have any conversations going. I put on from the dumpster, from the Neebs Magic Dumpster, I've been putting on Section 1 is what that game is called. I've been putting on Section 1 because it's hilarious, but also it's truly impressive how dumb those men are. Dave from Monster Accounting getting annihilated. Yes, that's so funny to me. It's like somebody was supposed to hire better monsters for this dungeon. They didn't. They were not prepared for the shit shack. How do you prepare for a shit shack? It's crazy that I'm not even spending mana. We're not even spending resources anymore, and the best they can do is hope that they get 50 or 60 damage in before I kill them in one hit. And we're leveling up every 2 or 3 fights anyway. Yeah, the best they could do this fight was 32 damage. And I healed it for 55. So we made a profit of 22 damage. 22 health on Mr. S. That's the best they've got. And we're going to level next turn. This is the best. This is the best. I love this more than anything. Okay, so I did understand his joke. He says that the whole budget for this dungeon went into these floors. Now you sound like Simon to me, and that makes me laugh. Yeah, we need to get him. We need to get him on YouTube, and we need to get him 50 subscribers so that we can go. He can go live, and he can be funny for you while I play these games because he makes me laugh, as you just heard. Because I genuinely don't think I'm particularly interesting, and if I ever, maybe tonight's the night to dream because I've been talking to myself a lot about how I just don't dream. And like, if I ever got famous and I ever got successful, it would not be alone. I don't want to be alone. I've done the making enough money to live and be alone, fully alone thing, and I don't want to go back to that. So if I'm ever making enough money again where I can support myself, I'm dragging some motherfucker with me across this stupid planet. Because if I'm successful again, I'm successful as a public speaker, and public speakers get speaking engagements. And Mr. S, I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying that when I have a home again, I'm I'm getting people on mic with me. We're going to play games. We're going to do whatever. I don't give a fuck. My life is going to remain much like this. I'm going to try to stay, and by try, I mean we're going to make every effort possible to stay on air 6 to 10 hours a day, just like a radio show, just like I always wanted. And once I'm not tied to my phone being charging, right? We can really start to grow and do some interesting shit. But that is going to it's just going to take me $1,000 a month in Patreon subscribers, and we'll get there. We'll get there. But that's where you come in, and that's where we thank Mr. S. And that's why tonight is in a big way about, for me, encouraging him that I do need a new I need a new favorite YouTuber. And I'm not going to say that, Mr. S, I'm not putting pressure on you to make something that I want to or will watch over and over and over and over and over like I watch Neebs. I'm not likely to replace Neebs with anything for a long time. You want to see a trick? We've been holding on to this for a special... Oh, fuck, you can't do it in this game. Okay, never mind. You have to use Dia or whatever. Never mind, it doesn't work in this game. This is the only Final Fantasy I think that trick doesn't work in. But here, this is what Holy looks like against him. That'll be cool. We're not going to use it a bunch because I didn't bring ethers, so we gotta. I do want to be smart with my spells, my spell slots. But that's the coolest shit. It's not super powerful, I guess. I guess it needs to be super powerful to impress the nerds. No, don't do what you're doing. Take a deep breath and think about what you're doing before you do it. What are you doing? Nothing. You don't need to do anything. You just hit the thing with damage. And then, yeah, this complexifies the game in a way that I really like. The items, the extra spells that it gives you access to. It makes the fight, sure, maybe from your perspective, it makes the fights longer, and I can respect that if you don't like that it makes them longer. But it makes them feel a little bit more earned. Now, I do wish I do wish, and I would have made it this way myself personally, that you could only use the item that you're equipping because it doesn't make sense. But they also do the whole like shared item bag, shared backpack thing with your other items. You don't have to equip which items you can use in combat. I'm not going to say that was relatively easy, but I don't think he did a single point of damage to us. Relatively here is relative because we just crossed level 50 and we're an absolute shit shack. We didn't think it was going to be stressful. Most definitely, we didn't think that. But yeah, we're very powerful. We don't need these levels. Haven't since we got that giant's helm or the giant glove. I would love it. I would love it if they made a instead of just a pixel remaster of this, if they made a pixel remake with modern sensibilities. And so maybe I should, right? That's the kind of thing that you're allowed to do. It's not copyright to take what I love about this game and then just make the better version of it. The what better relative to my opinions. You're allowed that. uh that's funny, Mr. S. He's staring directly at me. That's kind of that's one of the things that I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself on noticing or thinking about. But um, that is something that does seem to be present in this game, where the the characters are individuals apart from you, and the game parts of the game are talking to you, the player, through that wall, whichever one it is, fifth, fourth. And so it's interesting how that worked out that way. I'm gonna do it because I want to, not because I need to. But I'm gonna definitely hit her with um, holy because it looks cool. Holy's super cool. And thanks for talking to me, bud. That's cool. That's working. I'm always trying to think of new selling points, right, for passersby who maybe don't understand how what I'm doing and what I'm providing as a service that is valuable. And I think it's cool that we've figured out a way to bypass the fact that my chat doesn't work. And bypassing the way that my chat doesn't work is technically paywalled. It is technically gate kept behind a paywall, and I should be paying attention. Yeah. Yeah, the sprite work that he said and I agree with him. He said the sprite work on this game is impressive. The team that made Octopath Traveler made this game, and the guy that made Octopath Traveler, the guy that is his name is on the studio, if I'm not mistaken, he was the original sprite designer for all of these 16 and 8-bit Final Fantasies. He was the guy that did all the sprite art. And so basically he made a company to devoted to sprite art, and he and his company are the very best. Because if you've seen the pixel art for I'm saying sprite art, I meant pixel art. He's one of the greatest pixel artists in the history of the game. If you've seen the remaster for Dragon Quest, if you've seen the Dragon Quest 3 remaster or Octopath Traveler 2, if you've watched Octopath Traveler 2 at all, it was that same studio, same core team of people that made all of these games that we're discussing right now. And they are unbelievably good. That's part of why I get stuck wanting to play these old Final Fantasy Pixel remasters is the pixel art on these old the Final Fantasy has always just had the very best art. They've just always been so beautiful to look at. That's what brings me back to them. The character design and the sprite art and the dungeons. The dungeons always stand out to me in Final Fantasy games. It's just beautiful to look at. Just beautiful. I think I've talked about it before, but like the Dragon Quest games they really drag on me because they're shit, hard to look at. I thought that I messed up there, but it worked out because we needed the health. The Dragon Quest games were hard to look at, ugly, painful, painfully. I don't even know, clashing color palettes. But that honestly may have just been about how old they were, that they didn't have other colors to work with, or that uh, colors that were more palatable to look at or more uh, pleasant, less painful to look at, just cost too much in memory. RAM? I'm not sure which. I don't know that side. I really don't understand that side of game development at all. I listen to people talk about it and I take their word for it, just dumbly nodding along. I hope you're not lying to me. What's going to happen? This is what I'm hoping doesn't happen. But there's a part of me that thinks that tomorrow I'm going to open the bag. I'm going to get to um, Panera, and I'm going to open the bag with my microphones, and I'm going to dump it out on the table, and the fucking fob is going to be in there. And I'm just going to be like, how did I fuck this up? Okay, Mr. S is confirming that it was about the old hardware. That the colors they used were the only colors that they could generate with the old hardware, and that's why it's so hard to look at, is because it's just that old. And so that probably explains why Square and the Final Fantasy team have maintained that the games being beautiful to look at. 4 is hard to look at. 4 on the original color scheme, Final Fantasy 4, is hard to look at. Um, it was the first on the SNES. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's right. It was released as 2 in the US, and I think that was on the SNES. And it really takes a step backward in visual fidelity and in the amount of characters that are in the names of everything. Even the you understand what I mean by characters? The letters, the number of characters that are in the names of everything, number of letters. It really takes a step back in that department. But I guess that's because it was using memory in different places, or it was the first in a new system, so they just had to take a step back. I don't know. I've never looked into that. That would be something that I would be interested in hearing somebody else tell me, and so I've never looked to learn. It's not something I've ever been interested in. Jesus Christ, Shags has eclipsed 1,000 damage without crits, just bare hands. This guy is fucking. I don't know enough martial arts memes to make a joke there. He's just going up and he's like 1109 damage. My god. He's the E Honda of Final Fantasy characters. He just goes up and his hands are and then they take all of this damage and then he's already back in line. Jeez. 12 hits, 8 hits. Look at him go. And Kyle just along for the ride while we maintain full health for this whole dungeon. We're going to maintain full health for this whole dungeon. Yes, hardware limitations do breed innovation. That's why I tend to like um, console games versus PC games, because PC games will PC developers oftentimes will try to develop games that play on future tech, and so they don't limit themselves, and then the games don't end up being fun. Like Crisis 2, nobody plays Crisis 2 because it's fun. They play it because it looks photo fucking realistic. And this is for sure working when I'm with his beautiful red hair. Yeah, he does have a beautiful head of hair. So when I'm scrolling down away from the game, you're not seeing it on the screen. That's fucking fantastic. Because there's a certain amount of I know a lot of people I know a lot of people who want to maintain privacy but also want to be friends with a live streamer. And so if they think that his whole life is on his phone and he's casting his phone, then that means that there are huge chunks of my life where I'm isolating myself on purpose. And after having done that with Mr. S, and by done that with Mr. S, I mean, we did just go the last 20 days in a row, buddy. High fives to you, man. Um, but we did just go the last, well, 21 for me, but you did just go the last 20 days in a row. So fucking high fives for everybody that's survived the last 21 days. Um, I don't remember what I was saying. But oh, that being alone for that chunk of time starts to catch up to me. And so I wanted to see if moving into this next week I could have some kind of workaround where even if it's just like, okay, I don't want to turn off the stream, but I want to minimize this game and I want to check all my correspondence and I want to do something else, but I want to still talk to you, whether that would be a thing the hardware was capable of, and it seems to be working, and that would be great. That'd be so great if it were working. It'd be great if, even though my head is turned like my phone is upside down for the perspective of the stream, what is happening? It would be great if something that YouTube offered in this product worked properly to advertise, because then I wouldn't bitch all the time. I could say, well, this works. We're gonna maintain this health too. Shags is supposed to have more than Madge. Mr. S is supposed to have more than Kyle. They're just gonna maintain like this. It's uncanny. I've never seen anything like it. I am not getting closer. Doesn't matter. We're full health. They can't hurt us. And then so like when I do this, they can't see it. It's working. Cool. Because I'm sure there are a lot of people who would like to produce something like what I'm doing, like to be involved. Um, because I watch so much news, and every time, every episode, at the end of every episode, they have the thanks to their Patreon subscribers, and I'm certain that um, all of those people, I'm certain that not every one of those people with their name on there um, also comments in the comment section, for example. Wants the plebs to interact with them. I'm sure there are a lot of people who really just prefer that I don't have a chat to have to ignore or to interrupt the flow of what's going on. I my channel is almost a fucking Neebs fan channel. Almost. I'm the biggest Neebs fan in the world, but I've said it before. I don't really get along with other Neebs fans. Um, but they got me all excited because they have Whack. Uh, Whack shows up at the beginning of this most recent episode, and I guess I shouldn't spoil it because it's the most recent episode. But hilarious things happen as a result. I wonder if we can have over 1,000 HP. I thought Madge had over 1,000 HP. Um, He's not even hurting me. I love it. Thundara for what? Nothing. Not shit. 119 to Mr. S. Mr. S is our weak link, but he's also our thief. We anticipated he was going to be our weak link. It is hilarious being invisible for free. I meant, and maybe next time we play with a white mage, I meant to go back and trade his Invisaja or whatever, his Invisora for. I meant to trade it for Protector or whatever it's called. But we don't need it. It's hilarious that we don't need it. I'm not even mad about it. This is fantastic. This is the goal. Like, trying to get this power. Look at that. 730 damage without a crit on a boss. Ooh! Look, I can't help that it's the character that's named after me. If I had any other person sending me tips, I mean, I guess it could have been, uh, the guy whose name I've forgotten. But he's only tipped me once, and that just doesn't feel appropriate to do. So if we had other people who were tipping me more than once, it wouldn't be my name. Is that a room I can go into? I don't really. I need to heal. That's what we need to do before we do anything. We need to come in here and just do that one time. Let me out. No, I don't think we can have more than a 999 health. Fucking sick. Do it, Madge. Fucking boss being all maxed out in health. It's supposed to be Shags, but it's cool. Kyle's next. It's going to take him 15 levels. It's very unlikely that we get everybody maxed out unless I were to, I guess if I walk down and see if this room down here is a room, maybe we'll be max level by the time we hit the guy. We'll have everybody at max health. Like max possible health, not max actual health. 999 is such a silly number to see in this game. Ooh, another Phoenix down that we don't need. It's cool that they drop off enemies in the remaster, though. That's cool. But yeah, I love pixel art, man. If I were to make a video game, it would be very hard for me not to want to make it with pixel art. I love looking at this. It's so beautiful. It's also a limitation, and you just heard me advocate for creative limitations. Like if you've never, we're going to play Final Fantasy VI. We're going to move forward from 7 and forward from 1. So tonight the plan is to play 2, and then from 2 we don't need to play more than once. Bounce from 2 to 3, we won't need to play 3 more than once. Bounce from 3 to 4, same. 4, 3 and 5, in my opinion, have the most replayability of all of them. 2 is my favorite, so of course it has the most replayability just from being my favorite. But as far as beating 2 is something I've only done a handful, maybe twice. I don't feel compelled to beat it. I just really, 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 really love the grind of character development, particularly in 2. 3 and 5 have the most replayability because they have... Fuck, I did it again. I forgot to go and take the adamantite to the dwarf. Good God. Oh, because we could just teleport out and quickly run back down here. I could just turn off the encounters, but we're not going to do it. Whew, I almost skipped the Masamune. Good God! Mr. S, you went from kind of embarrassing me to right back in the... Okay, 1500. Shags is doing everything he can to embarrass you, but... Good God. What the fuck is a fighter doing with 33 luck? These stats have gotten just completely out of control. No doubled up. No doubled up. They must have removed that from this version. Or maybe I just remember reading the strategy guide wrong. But I really thought maybe it's like above level 60 you start getting twos or something like that. I don't know. It doesn't really super matter. It matters to me on a little bit. Because I swear to God, I remember reading that. Because I remember thinking, yeah, I'm never going to do that. Not at the experience yields this game actually gives you. But now that we have times 4, right? Times 4 yields. Hell yeah, let's go for the dumb shit. The most impossible meme nonsense we can. Why not? Mr. S over here with 46 luck. Just like flipping. He just flips coins and they land on heads and he goes, that's not luck. That right there, that's called skill. It's just a fucking idiot savant for flipping coins. It was 115 revolutions. It's going to land on tails. I haven't even flipped it yet. Snatches it out of the air with chopsticks that he got from the other room. Jesus Christ. Yowza! That's just so much damage. 623 damage is how much damage we were doing. Oh my God. Okay. So much for his luck. But that was our max damage with our previous party fully buffed out. All right, Tiamat. You gonna make me work for my win this time? Ooh, 1 damage is less than I wanted it to be. Let's just do the thing. You've got this spell that does all HP. And you are going to come down here to the Giant's Glove. Oh, please heal before he gets to do that. Oh no, Mr. S, you might be out of this fight. You might just not be able to get back in it before it starts up. That was a waste. Okay. So, yeah, you might just not be able to get back in it. We've done pretty well. We only really had those people miss experience at the beginning of the save file. Beginning of the run. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be a little risky. We're going to risk it for the biscuit. I don't know why I had him attack. I don't like that I had him attack, so I'm reneging on that. Oh, now you heal before the damn thing attacks. That was probably still not enough HP. Oh. And we went and did the... There we go. High risk strategy for nothing. Not for nothing anymore, but you know, it was just enough. It would have left him with 15 HP if he had used that last turn. Oh, shoot. I got excited because I knew that that was probably the end of the fight. Sorry, Mr. S. I let you down in a big way in that fight. Got too excited about your chopstick skills. Chopstick skills. Chopstick is difficult for me to say. Ah, yes, I like this room because it looks like a pentacle. No, it doesn't. It looks like a Star of David. which really needs a different name when we're talking about, like, the occult symbol and not the specifically Jewish symbol. Because the interlock triangles is an occult symbol. Like, it's a sacred geometrical symbol apart from Judaism. Judaism adopted it for the reasons that it was being used already. Alright. I'm not denigrating Judaism. We love everybody around here. That's why the symbol needs a different name when it's apart from Judaism, so we're not stepping on anybody's toes, chronologically or otherwise. Alright, here we go. What level did we get to? Like 65? Probably about the same level we were last time. We were, what, 59? 69? Not 69, because I would have made a joke in the title if we were level 69. But I will be reborn again. Alright, here we go. Eventually, you guys will get to see me use the Excalibur, because we'll just do an Excalibur run. Maybe we'll do 4 warriors or something dumb, and we'll just do an Excalibur run to make sure. That might not be what it's called, but the adamantite, we'll use it someday. I just keep forgetting about it. Okay, so we're out of level 5. Oh, we're fine. I want to make sure that you survive. And then I'm just looking to see if there are any other buffs that I've forgotten about in there. Yeah, we're gonna saber, wing, and then we're going to temper the saber, and then we're gonna hit you in the fucking head. Alright, and then we're gonna... This is probably not gonna work, but we're making an effort at doing something cool. Ouch! We are running out of time. I do appreciate that Madge has significantly more HP than our Shaggy warrior, but he's nowhere near as powerful as our Shaggy warrior was. Did that null all? I don't think it worked. It missed. I'm pretty sure it missed. Youch. That's bad. That was the only thing we couldn't let happen. Monk is just so dumb powerful. Make sure Mr. S and Kyle survive this fight. Not for the experience, but for the experience. Oh my god, yes! Without a crit, no less. Fucking A. God damn it. That's what I thought was going to happen. Didn't dodge a single time. Now it's a race to... Fuck, he's got a lot of health. Now it's just a race to a wipe. Really. Fuck. Got the crit there. Ah, we didn't make it. We're not going to make it. Oh no! I love that. He fucking stun locked my healer on the first turn. What were we gonna do? That's hilarious. This game isn't a joke, man. And that even if you can trivialize it by getting powerful enough. The final boss is always some bullshit. Not bullshit. The final boss is always tough. The final boss of the Star Ocean games was bullshit. The final boss of the Tales games was bullshit. I played Tales of Symphonia. Those were bullshit. Long, boring, stupid fights. Hmm. Alright, let's do this a little differently this time. Yeah. Let's do this a little differently this time. I wonder if that works. I don't think it will, but we're gonna find out. It worked! No, it didn't. No way. Oh no. Yes. I'm gonna be a little bothered if this works. Okay. That doesn't work. That shouldn't work. Who did he hit? Ow. You fucker. This is how this fight is supposed to go with this party. Yikes. Oh, we're in trouble. I was... Ah, yes. No. Yes. I have been assured that this is supposed to work, so we're gonna find out. Oh, you fucker. Now, it didn't say that it didn't say miss. So let's see if it stacks. It's supposed to stack. I don't think it stacked. But that's still a lot of damage. Whew. Yo. His haste is impressive. It may have stacked. Ew. That feels like a bad choice. Oosh. Ah. We are back in race mode. So much for not needing those Phoenix Downs. He is tough, man. He hits like a fucking truck. He's gonna get me again. We might actually have to grind with this group before we can get him. Yeah, it's fuck. His haste is no joke. Damn. Here's our last one. Oh, man. It's gotta be soon. Oh, shit. I forgot I could do that. Oh, well. An effort was made. All right. Oh, wow. We're just praying for that crack, 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 crack noise. Uh, that was probably the better outcome. It's not going to matter. I hit the wrong button anyway. I used the wrong spell right there. Does he have big boy spells? It doesn't matter. This is the white. But damn. Okay. So the shit shack is stymied at the final boss. Love this. I do not know what I can even do different. We just have to keep hitting him and stay alive. Fuck, he's got so much health. He's definitely hitting this team harder than he did the last one. And this is where, again, I would love to know the logic of the AI. I would love to know how it thinks. Oh, wait. How it prioritizes its attacks. Damn, I don't even know. Like, it's got me all fucked up. Right? This is... I don't even know where to start with this guy. He's got me all fucked up. Damn, he hits so hard. It's like I need to be prepared. I need to be preparing AoE heals before just every turn. Bring it on, you fuck. That team had haste. Ouch. Yes. Give it to him. Make him take it. All right. No. Yes. Ugh. We've done better than 200 before. There we go. Hey, it actually worked that time. She's gonna die. He's gonna die. Kyle, you're gonna die. Yes. If Kyle is the target of a direct attack, he's just dead. I gotta do something about that. Keep it up, boys. Shags and Mr. S just gotta really pummel this fucking guy. Give him hell. Gotta keep them up. No. I'm supposed to be able to turn off haste when he casts it. I'm supposed to be able to dispel his haste. Eesh. He hits so hard. God damn. I just don't know what I'm going to do about that. That he can just wipe us, like kill us in one hit like that. He's trying to deal with a. It's hard. It's very difficult to deal with a downed party member in this game with the way the. Yeah, see, I'm wasting these heals. And there's nothing I can do about him hitting me with AoE. And he's faster than us, which is a little bananas. Yeah. Very little I can do about it once he's got one of my guys down. Damn. We're gonna actually have to grind up. I just can't beat it at this level. I actually can't beat him. Because once he hastes, he one-shots us. Alright. That's fine, because that allows me to accomplish 2 goals, actually. That allows me to do something. And that something... It's funny that casting exit also yonks you forward in time 1,000 years, but, you know, I make fun of that. We're gonna come get this sword. What are we doing? We don't have to respect this stuff. That's awesome. I like when a game does this. Well, I've done this before with a different party, and it wasn't this difficult. Well, it wasn't this difficult for... I actually don't know what reason. Because we're level 60. It's not like we're slouches. But we'll come back here and say, hey, adamantite for you, my friend. I'll use this to make the finest... Whatever he said. I wasn't paying attention. Neat. Done. In all my years, I never crafted a finer sword. Go on, take her. She's yours. You obtain Excalibur. Neat. How much better is it, actually? 15. Not bad. The, Masamune's a lot better. 11 more than that. But he has the Masamune, because he's supposed to be our primary DPS. So, okay. We did that. And the other thing that I wanted to do was just go back. Nuts. Love it. Love it. That as good as this party is, it still struggles. Oh, wait a minute. That's not where that is. It still struggles with the final boss. Uh... This will help. What level was that? 7? That's... over here, right? I don't think so. Close. But no cigar. 7 is the... 7 is the one that's split in half. So it's over here. Protera is probably not over here, but if we get Protera, then we have an AoE Invis, an AoE Protect. No lulls to work with. I don't know what else we could... I don't know what else we miss. I don't know what we can do about that. Is this the town? God, please be the town. Does that work? Of course, I was wrong. Hey, we'll know for next time, if I remember. We probably use a... And I'm a little disappointed in myself that I can't beat him. But you know what? We push through adversity because it's fun. I feel like he was using an entirely different skill set on me. I feel like he cast slow a lot the last time we fought him and were able to beat him. So I would really like to know what his internal logic is, because the only person that could have taken a direct hit from him the way he was in those last fights was Madge, the warrior. There was nobody else could have taken a hit from that. Where are we going? Where are we going? All right, one more stop. Pick up Protera. If he's going to be like that, we're going to also hope we don't have to fight our way through the fiends. Ah, am I dumb? It's level 6. Where's level 6? That's down here, right? That's at the moon lake town. These guys. I'm a little annoyed with myself right now because I wanted to do this before I started to get sleepy. Now I'm starting to get sleepy. There we go. Much better. I just can't because I'm dumb. And now we go back. Now we are going to have to go all the way down the dungeon. But we kind of need to grind up the levels. Hilariously, somehow, we need to grind up the levels. Yeah, we went from 43 to 60 on the way down there. And we're probably going to need to be 70 to win. Yep, that's a little embarrassing for you. You probably should not have engaged in that fight. Probably should have just let me go through. It's bottom left. And we go. And we remain full health as we do it. And there's our first level. Madge cannot gain HP any longer. Just doesn't do it. I love how every time I talk shit, something bad always happens. Every time I'm confident, something bad always happens. Whoa. Madge is suddenly very powerful. We're all doing over 1,000 damage to trash pulls. We love that. Watch the difference be the Excalibur. My goodness. So much damage. It's obscene. These numbers are so big. And then they do 7 damage. And they try to gaze, but they miss. I guess that wasn't how you do it. Go, go, gadget, razor blades. I don't know. I didn't have anything for that. We have gained no two, no 2 stats yet. What the fuck? This is why I spend so much time looking at the map. But if we're one-shotting these guys, we are powerful. It's not consistent, but we do it. What the hell? Should maybe be paying attention to the dungeons that we're traversing. I should be paying attention to the dungeons we're traversing. If I were paying attention instead of talking about whatever the hell I was talking about last time, I would actually know how to quickly do this. But we need the experience anyway, and this is less boring than actually running in circles. Memorizing this dungeon. Alright, so you come to the bottom right. I love this so much. Oh my god, I love it so much. We're gonna roll up on this guy. 4 people, 999 HP. And he's gonna be like, oh, and your death will be here. And I'll be like, 4 of them have been, but the 5th one is waiting us. Hey, Shags. Shags finally overtook the healer in health. Good job, buddy. Here, we'll celebrate for 1 level. Black Knights are no match for Blue Monks or Red Ninjas or whatever a mage is. The Red Warrior is about to die. No, he's not. The Red Warrior is fine. The best they can hope to do is poison me. Get out of here. I'm still praying, like, every time I look to see. Did you get 2? Nope. 48 luck. It just seems like such a large number. It seems bigger than what he really needs. That's what she said. An effort was made with the Protera, but it didn't help you. We gotta go through this Death Eye again. Oh, well. Easier said than done, evidently. And then this is the one where we go up and to the left. To the top left corner. Yeah. I remember this one. Because it gave me a little bit of fits. Bye. Those Dargans are no match for my Sward. It's hilarious because we are objectively more powerful than that group was when it comes to trash mobs. Objectively more powerful. This is easy cakes compared to what we went through to get down here with the previous group. So I really do wonder what's different in the code. But this is where replayability is awesome because now I'm like, okay, well, what happens with a different group? Is a different group more difficult? But I don't want to play this again immediately after this. I do want to play a little bit of Final Fantasy II because it has my favorite thing in the series. It has my favorite thing, and I wish more games had this specific thing from Final Fantasy II. And I wish that Final Fantasy hadn't abandoned it entirely. I would actually know and care what the fuck is going on in every game if they had this very simple thing. Shags finally eclipses 900 HP. Now he's going to start getting the HP gains that he should have. He's going to wait until basically the game is over to jump in HP the way he's supposed to. But good God, he's so powerful. Nope, went the wrong way. It's to the... Oh, wait, no. Is this where I came up? Please don't be where I came up. I don't remember if we're going down or up. No, I did this right. I hope I did this right. I don't really want to be running around in circles now that I'm starting to get sleepy and having trouble remembering what the hell I'm doing or saying. I'm probably supposed to use this time to talk about my budget. Now I'm under $10 heading into the new week, and I'm not worried about it right now. Not worried about it. Not thinking about it. I'll be hungry again tomorrow, and then we'll worry about it tomorrow. With any luck, we'll make a little bit of money in the week, and it just won't make a difference. It won't matter whether we're hungry. Just be able to go and eat to our stupid little tummies' content, which is not very much because you know, it hurts me to carry around too much food in my stomach. And all this time being homeless, my stomach has shrunk to like the size of an apple. Your stomach is actually only about the size of your fist, so about an apple is about normal. That's a normal size. And so if you really think about that, if you really think about that, your stomach is only about the size of an apple, about the size of your fist. So if you're putting more food in that, if you're putting more food in your stomach than that, right after it's been masticated, you're literally distending the organ. So like when I was a little kid, I learned about how they learned when they did his autopsy that one of the Louis, 13, 15, the great big fat one, that his stomach was like the size of two basketballs or something like that because of how frequently he ate, how distended and gross that is. I think about that a lot. That our bodies will adapt to any conditions that we put them in. And so if they'll can adapt to conditions like that, what kind of if they'll maladapt, right? If they'll adapt to what I consider horrific conditions, what do they do for positive conditions? Right? So if people will adapt whether they want to or not to your bad behavior, well, what would they do if you didn't ever exhibit bad behavior? Like if you just didn't have any? How would they adapt to that? And that's kind of what I was talking about this morning. And so if you watch this morning's live and you're still sitting on the edge of your seat wondering, well, how would Shaggy tip himself? If Shaggy were in a position where Shaggy was back to working a job and the creator that he wanted was existed, so he didn't need to be doing the thing, how would Shaggy do it? And well, the way Shaggy would do it is um, every time he went to leave a comment on Shaggy's channel, on the creator that was doing the thing that Shaggy wanted, every time he went to leave a comment on his channel or he made a video that he liked particularly, or every time Shaggy went to eat out or spend money that he didn't necessarily need to spend in order to survive, Shaggy would send Shaggy $1 or $5 or whatever. He would round it up to whatever his budget was. So I, Vincent, when I used to have good money, um, when I used to have more money than what I needed, what I used to do is like if I was stopping off at Wendy's on my way to work, um, I would just get the person I was working with a French fry, or I'd get them a sandwich, whether they were hungry or not, um, whether they made less money than I did or not. That was just one of the ways that I expressed my generosity, is if I bought myself something, or like with my girlfriend, anytime I bought myself anything on Amazon or anywhere, I would buy her something, even if it was just a little $1 trinket or a candy bar or something. I would always just buy her something too, to express to her that she was as important to me as the thing that I was doing for myself. That's how I would express gratitude to myself if I had the money. And that is how I express gratitude to myself when I have the money. So when I went and bought um, when I went and bought weed with my $25 tip that I was given by Mr. S the other day, I also took the money that I had been saving and bought myself a sandwich. So I bought something that I didn't necessarily need, the weed, and I bought myself a sandwich. Well, $3 sandwich from Wendy's. That ended up cost $25 on the day, but you can tell yourself, you can convince yourself that, well, I could have just bought $4 more. I could have just bought a more expensive weed product. And it's like I can always spend a little bit less than I need to on myself to make sure that somebody that I care about has enough. That's how I would think about it. But I'm not asking you to think about it the way I would think about it. That's just how I would do it. Because I can understand maybe thinking that, you know, sending somebody $3 or $2 here, $3 there, maybe here's $7 that, well, maybe they're not going to think that's a real tip. But you don't understand. I used to collect 100, 150, $200 a night, 6, 7, $8 at a time. So that wouldn't. There we go. We gained 10 levels. Wouldn't occur to me to be disappointed. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, $3 more than I meant to have. That means I can have breakfast tomorrow. But I also come from a position of my first instinct, my first response to everything is gratitude. That's decades of practice. Something bad happens to me and I say thank you for the adversity, not, you know, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Damn, he jumps right out. 300 damage. Take it. Like it. It is too bad that I can't, that the only thing I really can't do is improve my initiative. No. I talked myself through this already. What I need to do, yeah, is make sure that I'm all ready and just spamming AoE heals. Mm, I don't like that I'm doing that, but I'm doing that. Mm. Mm, I really, 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 really don't want you to die. It's so hard to bring one of you back when any one of you falls. Golly, that was a good turn of damage. Shags is very consistent. The others, not so much. I can't tell if his giant glove worked. Oh, there it is. Saber, Invisora, Proterra. It worked. I feel like all I have to do now is just hold on. I feel like we've got it. All we have to do now is just hold on. No surprises, like the Radiohead song. I really feel like I've got this now. We just have to coast through it and just keep hitting him as hard as possible. Which, of course, is not hard at all. We are not doing nearly as much damage. Even now, 10 levels later than we did last time, he's doing almost half as much every time he hits. But because we have Proterra, we can actually survive taking a direct damage attack. I was just about to say I shouldn't have used Hilaga, but it was the right choice. Just did we do it? Oh my goodness. We must have been right there. Right there. One or two hits away. One or two hits away the last all four times he beat us because I don't feel like we did more damage this time. I swear to God, Shags was doing. He hit him for 2,000 damage two times the first time we fought him. So he did 4,000 damage himself just that one round. I feel like he only had about 6K that time. I'm not mad about it. I think it's awesome. I love that we had to do that. It was almost like the game said, you don't get to do this unless you have Proterra and Excalibur for your audience to see. You don't get to leave this game hanging with Proterra and Excalibur not demonstrated. This is what it's supposed to look like when you have Invisora and Proterra on at the same time. This party needs that. Please use it. And I said, okay, stop yelling. That feels so good. This is so sad. This feeling, I feel better right now about having won Final Fantasy the First than I did about my win in Dead Cells earlier today. Dead Cells was objectively harder. Objectively took me about the same amount of time, 20 or 40 hours. And Dead Cells says, okay, now it's going to be more difficult. You didn't get the real ending. And this says, good job, you got the real ending. Make it more difficult on yourself? I like that. It's effectively the same thing, but I like it. I like both. I like them both. This just feels really good. This feels just better than normal. And I can't switch games. I can't switch to Final Fantasy 2. So what do we got? It's 11 o'clock. Oh, I didn't see that you had texted me again, Mr. S. I'm sorry. Tiamat is a dragon goddess. That's correct. I didn't see those. That's on me. My bad, bud. We have the power of friendship in this time machine I found. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. And Tiamat is she's the goddess of chaos from Sumer. I'm pretty sure it's Sumer, Mesopotamia. She's a Mesopotamian. Um, Marduk slays her to and tears her body apart to make the world, dismembers her to make the world. Sorry I didn't see those. I got way involved in my own brain there. I love that. We have the power of friendship. Dot dot dot. And this time machine I found. This is overlong. You should be allowed to skip this and the opening. You don't need to see them every time you've won. So what we might do, since I got so keyed in on that and completely sorry I lost you there. I stopped paying attention to you, the chat. Um, there at the end. What I might do is I might end this stream and take a little break, and because it's almost 11, that it's really only an hour if I'm staying up till midnight, and it is supposed to be my day off. We might just celebrate with that took longer than I thought, and that was a great time, and we might just call this one the night, and then we'll get back at it tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll definitely do Final Fantasy 2 for sure. We'll just start on Final Fantasy 2. But I am tired. And it's Sunday. We are supposed to be resting. By we, I mean all of us, but not for religious reasons, but because that's what we pledge to do with our day to day. So, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Mr. S. Thank the two of you who are still here with me now. Thank you for that like. Thank you for enjoying that with me, if indeed you did enjoy that with me. I don't mean to end sooner than I said I would, but I am going to do that. Um, if you can hear those crickets, just do me a favor and just say a quick little prayer or just have a little thought in your heart for all the people who've left us and all the people who are still living today who don't get to use their voices, who don't get to express themselves. Because that's how I remember to keep going. You know, a lot of people tell me, oh, keep your head up. And I don't have trouble keeping my head up because I don't have trouble keeping my head up and I don't have trouble putting one foot in front of the other because somewhere out there is somebody who can't, who just cannot do either of those things. They can't speak, they can't see, they can't hear, they can't walk, they can't chase after their dreams because they can't. And so the crickets are a reminder of those people, all the people who just left us and who are trapped, not chasing their dreams, who left us without chasing their dreams and who are trapped not chasing their dreams. Those are the people that we're doing this for. It's for the people who have dreams unchased. And then if you could just say in the chat or in the comments, whether you're here with me now or whether you're in the future audience, if you could just say a little thank you to Mr. S. If it weren't for Mr. S, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would be too pissed off. By the end of the day of not making any money at this, yeah, the subs are great, and I really do actually very much value and appreciate the subs. But it's the food, not being able to eat. It would just piss me off at the end of the day, and I never would have got to this part because I was too pissed off. Look at that. Took us 21 more levels, five fewer hours though. So okay, wow, look at that. I accomplished it so much more quickly. I am getting legitimately faster at this game. Took me 8 hours. Now, take that last hour and multiply it by 4. It would have brought us up to closer to that 13 in order to beat it. But yeah, just and if you don't feel like you can do it in the chat and you don't feel like you can do it in the comments, just please just say a prayer for him in your heart that he is able to chase his dreams too, right? Just like you want to. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. because I can't do it for you. And pledge to have a good day tomorrow. Or else.